This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's popping, ladies and gentlemen? Finally, we get off the losing streak. Snap a 4-game losing streak, ladies and gentlemen. So already know I'm happy about that. I was getting a little bit nervous, but snap a 4-game losing streak. I got my brother Tony Crow here, and we're gonna go ahead and break this one down, ladies and gentlemen. Tony, what's popping, bro? What's good with you, man? What's good?
Hey, man, like you said, stop the losing streak, stop the bleeding.
Stop the bleeding. That's it right there. Stop the bleeding somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
It feels good. The defense showed up, right?
Yeah.
The defense showed up tonight. We're gonna break it down. There's a lot to talk about. But you know what? We face some adversity, and is always good to. We had adversity in 3-game losing streak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or 2-game losing streaks, but we got to 4 and we stopped the bleeding. So now it's time to really right the ship. You know what I mean? Let's bring it back the other direction. Keep going.
Yeah, for real. You know what I mean? We needed to get a win. We had to, because you know what I mean? People was I wasn't panicking, but I was pissed off at the way we was playing. You know what I'm saying? And looking soft and getting punked and all that stuff. Played much better today. We shot the ball much better today. We played better defense today. So, way to face some adversity and come back. You know what I mean? And see if we can, like you said, if we can get back on the winning streak. You know what I'm saying? And erase this little 4-game losing streak that we had and get back to doing the things that we're supposed to do out there on the floor. You know what I mean? Good all-around play from the Knicks tonight. Good all-around play from multiple players on the team. The interior defense, Kev said the interior defense looked better. Yes, the interior defense looked better. Even the 3-point defense looked better. You know what I mean? And it's a testament to the team. They obviously knew. Now, you're playing the Clippers, who have been playing better as of late, but, still a team under 500. But you got Kawhi, you got James Harden. You know what I mean? You got some guys on that team that can hoop. The chemistry might not be all there and all of that, but you got some guys on the team that can ball. So they're always going to be a threat when you have that. You know what I mean? Good win for the Knicks. Good win. 48 rebounds tonight. They win the rebounding battle. 31 assists.
31 assists.
You know what I mean? You like to hear that. 31 assists. Only 10 turnovers. During this losing streak, we were turning the basketball over. Right? Only 10 turnovers tonight. Shot 50% from the field, 42.4% from the 3-point line. They only gave up 44 points in the paint. You know what I mean? Much better. That's much better. Only gave up 44 points in the paint. 25 second chance points to the Clippers 20. The fast breaks, Clippers 9, the Knicks 8. But we handled the business. We handled our business today. We did what we got one that we really, really needed. You know what I mean? And it probably says more about the players and their will than anything else.
I wouldn't be surprised if I mean, I don't know if it will come out or what won't, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had a team meeting.
Yeah.
You know, after that fourth loss,
Yeah.
because they played like they
And,
cleared the air.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They played like people spoke on grievances and
Mm-hmm.
and you know, people said what they had to say to each other, and nobody took offense. You know what I mean? Like it looked like they cleaned things up.
They clean some things out. Yeah. And you know,
Um,
that happens to every team. It's the teams that don't do it or don't do it successfully that, you know, end up failing. You know what I mean? So hopefully, you know, what they did was positive, and you know, it's gonna lead to more victories. You know what I mean? But they probably did. I wouldn't. I just can't see that they wouldn't have done that. Right? Why would they not? Why would they not have lost their fourth straight, looking terrible defensively, looking as if they didn't want to be on the court, and not had a team meeting? That would be blasphemous.
and coming off their two worst losses back
Two
to back.
worst
You know,
losses back
like
to back.
they outworst themselves.
Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I mean? You know, so the conversation, if they had it, and I'm assuming that they probably did, had to be, it's us, right? They have to believe that it's themselves and not the other teams that's doing it to them, right? It's us. We are the culprits. We're making the mistakes. You know what I'm saying? We're not approaching the game correctly. And if we change that, we get back to winning. So, you know, good win for the Knicks tonight. Let me get to my man. We got Silk on the line. Silk, what's popping with you, my brother? How you feeling?
What up, my two brothers? Stim, Tony, what's going on?
Chilling,
y'all?
man. Chilling. Feeling good. We got a win.
I'm feeling good too. I wasn't feeling good after the first quarter, but my light got brighter.
You broke up, Silk. You broke up.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, I wasn't feeling good in the first quarter, but as the game went on, my light got brighter.
Yeah.
But yo, fellas, but I was on with a Jets Knicks fan too, and he was trying to find out also. But I heard about 4 p.m. yesterday that Brunson admitted that they had a team meeting, and he basically told people, "Don't talk about what we talked about in the team meeting." And he asked me, "Well, what was your source?" And I couldn't remember. I thought it was Ian Begley, but then I Googled the Google AI to see did Knicks have a team meeting, and they confirmed, yes, the Knicks had a team meeting. So Google AI is saying that they have confirmation that the Knicks had a team meeting. I couldn't remember where I saw the source was when I heard that Brunson admitted that they had a team meeting at 4
But
p.m. yesterday.
he admitted to who?
I couldn't remember the source because Objective Knicks fan asked me the same thing. I thought it was Ian Begley, but he said he went on Ian Begley's page and he couldn't find it.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw it pop up on 4 p.m. yesterday that Knicks confirmed, Brunson confirmed they had a team meeting, and he told the players, don't talk about what we said in the team meeting, like Tyrese Maxey and Embiid last year. We don't want that leaking out. But
I mean,
I
you know,
saw that pop up on my timeline yesterday about 4 p.m.
Okay. I mean, that's you don't want them talking about anything, right? You know, keep it inside. Keep it in house.
Players, yo, we having a team meeting. New York, he got that tip thing. Now we ain't talking. I want nothing leaking out what we talked about.
Right. Keep it in house. It's really, we want to know. Oh yeah, we do. But honestly, it's really not our business. But we want to know. I want to know. It's not our business though. What'd you say?
I wish I could remember the source because I was talking to Objective Knicks yesterday. He's like, so I have been looking for this. What's the source like? I think it's Ian Begley, but I'm not sure. I just saw it pop up on my timeline at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about this game. Like I said, I I wish this would be the cat I see every game. I got cat-itis, yo. I got cat-itis. I want to see this kind of cat every freaking game. Why you not living in the paint every freaking game? I know you can shoot the three. I know you're the best shooting big man in the game.
Listen.
Stay in the paint, yo.
I mean, I don't expect him to stay in the paint all game.
No, all game, but diversify your attack plan. Stop staying at the above 3-point line, looking at pass or shoot the three or drive. Get your butt in the paint and post sometime. You did that when you was in college. Why you don't want to do that now in the pros?
Well, I'm going to tell you why. In my opinion, he's not that strong. Or let me say this: he doesn't use his body. He doesn't use his strength to his advantage. That's why I think he doesn't go in the paint like we would like him to. You know what I'm saying? For some reason,
he got moves in the paint, Sim.
Yeah,
he got moves in the paint.
Against.
You don't have to be a strong offensive. You could be a finesse player. Elijah Wan wasn't the most physical player.
No, you're right about that.
Moves.
You're right about that. But Cat's not as fast as Elijah Wan or athletic as Elijah Wan either.
You see the finger roll he did it on a drive?
I get it. I know.
He got finesse moves in the paint.
I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But, Cat don't got the... Cat's body is more like Patrick Ewing's body. Right? Not like Hakeem Olajuwon's body. Hakeem Olajuwon had more of a Kevin Durant type of a body. He didn't have Kevin Durant's game, but Kevin Durant's type of a body. Cat has more of a Patrick Ewing type of a body. Like, you didn't ever see Patrick Ewing doing any little dream shakes or nothing. He was pounding and grounding. Whatever.
Occasional three.
Grounding and pounding. Occasional three every once in a while, but, a turnaround fadeaway. Bang you in the paint hook shot or something. That was more, and I think Cat, he has more, footwork and craftiness than Patrick Ewing, but he has that same type of body. So, I don't expect Cat to use that kind of finesse as Hakeem Olajuwon. I think Cat, if he's going to score in the paint, is more going to be using his body, bumping your body, and then using some, a little bit of craftiness that way, and he doesn't use his lower body well, in my opinion, to back guys down who are strong. That's just my opinion. So, yeah, he's going to shoot a lot of threes.
Let me ask you guys a question. Because I off this losing streak, I've been asking myself the question, why we forgot everything we were doing at the beginning of the season? Do you think Brown is a better teacher with practice than with film? It seemed like Tibbs didn't do much practice, but he got his point across through film. It seemed like when Brown has more time
trying to be physical without fouling.
This team,
My bad. I didn't mean to do that. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it seemed like Brown, when he got more time to practice with the team, he could get his points across better than if he don't have practice time. And it was the essence of Cup. We really don't have no practice time. 1 day off. If we got 1 day off to play or back-to-back games, we don't have practice time. And this last time off, we had actually time to practice, and we got back to what we were doing before.
Well,
it seems like he don't do film work like Tibbs did. More, he does his ideas through practice.
Well, I think practice. Everybody needs practice, right? I think you've got to be able to look at the film and then go to the court and actually show you and do what it is that you're asking the players to do when they're on the court. When you're watching film, you know what I'm saying? If you're asking them to defend one way, to utilize this scheme or that scheme, it's going to be better showing them how to do it. There's going to be a lot of players who they respond to hands-on work rather than just seeing it on the film, right? Because it might be hard for someone to see it on the film and then get into the game and recognize it in the game. Because it just looks totally different when you're watching it on TV than when you're actually in the game. Things look very, very different. So you've got to practice what it is that you see on film on the court. You know what I mean? And then
we did well last year. Didn't we do last year well without practice? Tips showed them how to do the thing, and they implemented it on the court.
Well, but also,
scarce because of the schedules. Nobody's practicing. Nobody could practice as much as they want.
Yeah,
in today's NBA,
and
everybody talk about that.
Yeah, and I think with Tibbs, his all of his actions, everything was simpler, right?
Right, I get you. Yeah, I get you.
Everything was more simple.
Right.
Offensively was more simple. Defensively was straight up man to man. You know what I mean? So you can look at it. It's easier to take what you're looking at from film and implement things in the game because it's more simple. If you have things that are a little bit more complicated, you really need that coaching time to teach it. And I'm not saying it's that much more complicated, but it's probably a little bit more complicated, at least offensively, and maybe some defensively when we talk about the zone with what Mike Brown is doing versus what Tibbs was doing. You know, so that practice time is going to be critical. But also, for the most part, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players really got playing time tonight. There wasn't no 12 players out there getting playing time. Other guys got, 1 minute, 1 minute.
Yabu actually looked decent. I'm like,
Yabu
you
played a little bit.
And dunk to somebody?
Yeah.
Who talked to you?
Knocked down a big 3 to give us the lead in what was that, the third quarter?
He wasn't even that simple. When he saw the lane and he tried to dunk it on somebody, he got blocked.
Hey.
But that aggressive, like, we ain't seen that all year with you.
This might be the first game he's in the positive and the plus minus.
Yeah. I mean, he
was aggressive. He didn't just try to just shoot a 3 and that's it. He saw, all right, let me take it to the hole. They're probably going to block my shot, but I'm going to try and get a foul anyway. I want to see that. You 270. You big as a house. Take it to the hole.
Damn, big as a house? Damn. He's not that big.
Nah, he's bigger than a house, man.
Come on.
He's 6'8", 270. Their center's 7 feet, 270.
I know, but he is. He's
bigger, he's bigger than Randall, son. He's bigger than Randall.
But
Randall is 260.
But it's not like he has a belly.
But he's big as a house.
Okay.
You can't carry that weight and be driving and moving and grooving. He's big. He got too much weight. I don't know what it is with him. He don't think that 270 is too big for somebody who's 6'8". 6'8" is 250, 260. That's supposed to be your weight size, not 270, 280.
Okay, all right.
He think it's cool to be 278 because he want to play power forward and center, so I got to be 270.
All right, so.
Nah, get in your head. Get in shape.
And I'm doing this on purpose, Silk. All right?
All right, go ahead. I'm always excited.
So you said he should be.
Me,
you said he should be what? 260.
At 6'8", your playing weight should be 250, 260.
Well, maybe 20 of those pounds is in a certain part of his anatomy.
I ain't talking about that. I'm leaving that alone.
Maybe it's in a certain part of his anatomy. He can't help it.
You keep trying to bring me back to me. I ain't going there. I'm leaving that man alone with that. That's his problem.
Oh man! Now I'm glad he played. I'm glad he played well. Hopefully, it helps him break out of, whatever he was in, and he starts to be what we thought he could be. I mean, he played 13 minutes tonight. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 for 2 from the 3-point line, 3 for 6 from the field overall.
It's his game. Like I said, it's the best game I've seen him play.
Yeah. Let me ask you.
Before I go.
But
go ahead.
I'm going to ask you, and I want to ask Tony, how much do you think the Knicks play tonight coincides with the rotation being shorter, for all intents and purposes, the rotation being shorter, and Tyler Kolek playing more minutes tonight. Because for a little while, all of a sudden,
You took one of my
he
joints.
wasn't getting minutes. You know, it's getting 4 or 5 minutes. 14 minutes tonight. How much does it coincide? How much does that equate to this win? Do you
Go ahead,
think?
Big Tone. I'll let you talk about TKO. Go ahead, Big Tone. Go ahead.
I mean, I think that's huge because me and Sim been talking about that behind the scenes. Like, yo, what's going on with Tyler Kolek's minutes? You know what I mean? If anybody has proven his worth, you know what I mean, out of the young guys that have gotten these minutes, it's been him, and he's done it in, you know, arguably however you feel about the tournament, but the big, you know what I mean, that was a big time game. You know what I mean, he's done it in multiple big time games, big time situations, down the stretch with Brunson, without Brunson, like close games, like he, and then all of a sudden it's like
Right.
limited minutes.
Right.
And when he did that offensive substitution and put him out there, and not for nothing, tonight his defense was stellar. You know what I mean? Like, he's out there making an impact defensively, which is like it's unexpected. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things that you didn't even account for. You actually thought it would go the opposite way. And so for him to be doing that, you know what I mean? It's a plus for us, and it's a surprise for the other teams.
So why wasn't he playing?
I don't know.
I mean, just any thoughts?
I mean,
you know, any thoughts as to why?
Oh, maybe. I mean, this could be bad, but maybe it was to kind of what's the word I'm trying to say?
Loyalty.
So he was ahead of himself.
Deuce came back and he was trying. Tony, Deuce came back and he was trying to give loyalty to the vets. So he cut back on Kolek's time. Clarkson, he didn't want to cut his time.
Loyalty to the vets. Who's the vets?
Deuce came back. Yeah, Deuce came back and he didn't want to cut their time for Kolek. So he saw it wasn't working. I'm telling you what happened. He wasn't working, so he said, anything's on the table now. The
problem is he was still playing Yabusele, who went from out of the rotation to in the rotation somehow. So to me, that's where Kolek's minutes came from. Before Deuce got hurt, Tyler was playing still. And they can play together. And
I didn't think
a lot of the times when he brought Tyler in, it was because we needed another ball handler, whether it was with Brunson or not.
Right.
Exactly. Ever since Mo, I don't know what Mo did in that second San Antonio Spurs game that got him benched. Ever since Mo did challenge Wemby, we don't have a second ball handler without Hart. Mikal stays away from doing the ball handling. Everybody was running up the court and let Brunson just dribble up the court, even though he getting pressured.
So what about Kolek? Kolek is another ball handler.
Right.
You mean when Kolek's not? You mean if he's not playing
game,
Kolek?
Right.
This okay? I see what you're saying.
Right, because he wasn't starting.
Right.
And he was doing the double big.
What about Deuce? What about Deuce? Because DJ
he wasn't
Shuttle
doing Deuce. He wasn't doing Deuce. He went double big.
Yeah, I know.
The double bigs, you want to move fast, 5 out. That's the wrong lineup to start the game. And every time he do the double big, we down 10 points before the second quarter. Stop doing the double big in the start of the game. If you're saying you want to move fast and push the ball, double big ain't the move.
Yeah,
I love it.
Let's talk about
in the middle of the game, but not the beginning of the game.
Okay, I got you. Hey, Silk, I appreciate you all the time, man.
One question, y'all, before I go.
Yes, sir.
What do y'all feel about the Trey Young thing?
We was going to talk about that a little bit later, though. But, you know.
How that first round, are we going to get that first round pick now? Because, you know, Trey Young going to try to get paid with the Wizards, and the Wizards ain't that bad.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
But I ain't gonna. I know you want to talk about it later. I'll let it go. I didn't want to throw my words out there because I ain't gonna be around.
I know this. The Hawks are better without him.
Yeah, they are. But the Wizards are better with him.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, we'll see.
Depending on how he wants to play and how all that goes. If he wants to, does he want to be a Wizard?
They got young boys who run and gun and shoot.
They do.
They ain't trying to play D with the Wizards. They run and gun and shoot. Now they got a guy who, that's his game.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to be a Wizard.
He definitely didn't look too happy when he was told.
Nobody wants to be a Wizard. He
congratulated everybody.
Nobody wants to be a Wizard.
If he getting his money, he does.
I mean, that's true. He will because he's guaranteed his money no matter what happens, unless he does something to defame the team or whatever. But nobody wants to be a Wizard.
He got a player option, so he at least getting one more year.
Yeah, right.
If he wants,
I want him to be a Wizard because I want that pick. But I'll let y'all go, y'all.
I feel you. No doubt. Appreciate you, Silk.
All right, brothers.
All right, peace.
Peace.
I want to talk about Deuce though. Right, Sean said Deuce, one of the most important players on the team. When he came back, he plays, man. Yeah, listen. Since Deuce has come back, he's been killing. He's been killing. He had 16 points tonight, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He shot. He didn't shoot that great. I mean, he shot okay. He shot 36% from 3, 40% from the field. But Deuce he's been hooping. And I like him in the starting lineup. I know when Josh Hart comes back, he'll probably go back to the starting lineup. But I don't remember who it was. I think it was someone who called in. I think it was Nick. He said the way to have Kolek and Deuce play is to start Deuce, have Josh Hart come off the bench, and then you have a complete second unit. And I kind of agree with that assessment. I know it's a small starting lineup, but it's fast. And, with Deuce out there, it can be scrappy. And I kind of disagree with Shuttle when he said, Deuce can't handle the ball. He may not have, crazy handles, but you're not just going to take the ball from him.
What it is he doesn't necessarily get to the rim. But I agree. He has enough handle to get to his shot now. You know what I mean? He could create his own shot.
Yeah.
He's just not necessarily breaking down the defense and creating for others.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not expecting him to break it down and create for other people. He's going to be a straight line to the basket. You know what I mean? And to get the shot. But Deuce is, I love Deuce and what he does. You know what I'm saying? He's playing. He plays fearless, plays hard defense. Obviously, he can shoot the 3. You know what I mean? One of the best, if not the best, three-point shooter on the team. You know what I mean? His offense is growing. What can you say? And for anyone who thought that Tyler Kolek was putting Deuce on a trading block, think again. You know what I mean? Think again. I don't think it's even close for him to be on the trading block with this team.
Everything you said is factual, and you didn't even mention his most important attribute is his defense, in my opinion.
Right.
So you know what I mean? And it's not like we're a team full of defenders.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's one of 4. We can't afford to lose one of our 4 defenders.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And especially depending on who we're getting back, if we're not bringing back a stellar defender.
Right. So
I agree.
Right. Yeah. Deuce is necessary for this team to win, in my opinion. I just can't see this team trading Deuce. It would be crazy. And he's just one of those essential pieces, one of those glue guys. Jason Benjamin said, everyone can relax now. It's a long season. We still a good seasoned team. Kolek has us in motion. And Yabu with some big threes. Defense was very good tonight. It was It was good tonight. The Knicks were good tonight. You know what I mean? Now let's see it happen consistently defensively. You know what I mean? Those things that we've seen throughout that losing streak still are probably there. Didn't happen tonight because they had, I'm sure, a concerted effort to make sure that those things didn't happen. You start winning ball games and you start to lose sight of those things again. You know what I mean? Hopefully this is another lesson to say we can't lose sight of anything. We've got to stay focused all the time on these things because we know they're a weak point of ours, you know?
How we start this road trip is going to be very important. You know what I mean? Set the tone on this road trip. We win that first one. You know what I mean? You can start really trying to build. Mm-hmm. I mean, you blow that first one. It gets tougher as you continue to go on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But, you know what I mean? This could be a good thing. Having that meeting, getting a win, going on the road. Now it's really us. You know what I mean? It's just us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? No families, no, you know what I mean? We got to build now. Right. So this might be a good stretch for us.
Good stretch. Let's hope. But it might be a good stretch. You know what I'm saying? As for the Clippers tonight, well, it's got all zeros across the board, so that's not accurate. Let me update that. You know what I mean?
I do want to speak on a couple of things that stood out to me tonight. And you know, we could deep dive into them individually if you like, but definitely, you know, the change in Cat, you know what I mean, going off of 4 shot attempts to you know what he did tonight. Being aggressive, didn't hit a 3, but still, you know, put up 4 and mixed it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that he offensive rebound. That one move he did with the offensive rebound went under Zubac's little scoop shot, and that was nice. But another thing that stood out to me was it seemingly how much Brunson was off ball. It seemed like he was off ball all night long. Mikal brought the ball up a lot. Kolek, obviously, you know what I mean. He was in a lot of motion tonight, which I think helped him. But what really was glaring was only 12 shot attempts, right? 9 for 12, super efficient. You know, he's been putting up a lot of attempts recently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that was supposed to change, right?
12, he's super efficient, and it was off ball, so it wasn't even like it was easier looks. You know what I mean? It didn't look like he was fighting to get his shot off tonight.
Right.
And that, you know what I mean? Like that's something we saw a lot of early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much, you know, not just during this losing streak, but you know, I'll say over the past 10 games or so.
Right. You know, and that's something that's done by, hey, let's get back to our principles. You know what I'm saying? And something that that they're gonna have to continuously focus on because it's been a habit for them we're gonna let Brunson do his thing. You know what I'm saying? That's been a habit for Brunson. So you know, you've got to continuously go back to it and reinforce the things that you're trying to implement this year. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I was so pissed off that Cat only took 4 shots or whatever it was last game and 1 rebound. You know, I was like, you know, I was mad pissed off. If somebody would have asked me last night, would you trade Cat? I'd be like, hell yeah, get his ass out of here. I would have said that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, come on, man, 6 points and 1 rebound?
And it sucks because this is probably, I remember when we first got him, it might have been like, I don't know if it was the second game or the 4th game, but it was early in the year. And he had you know what I mean, one of these type of games with 4 attempts, 2 attempts, whatever it was. And we've seen that about 5 times already. You know what I mean? So it's something that it's something that we know we're gonna get every now and again, but he has to understand we're in a very, very big disadvantage when he's not aggressive and putting up fence.
Exactly. 20 points, 11 rebounds tonight for Cat. 7 assists as well. You know what I mean? You know, we would love to see more of that. 20 points for OG Anunoby, 3 rebounds. OG's another one that's in and out. You know what I mean? He had a terrible game against Detroit as well. You know what I mean? We talk about an all-star bid for him, and you know, then you have a game like that. You know what I mean? You know, and that's the issue. That's the issue. That's the reason why he, you know, probably won't get the all-star bid, because he's so in and out with it.
And when we was having that discussion, this is why I said, hey, we gotta put Josh Hart in that discussion. You know, we was doing Mikal and OG. Mikal's more consistent at least, you know what I mean, than OG is. You know what I mean? Right. Like, he don't really have as many of those type of games where he's just gone. But Josh Hart is the most consistent one out of them all. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
That's why I was like, he got to be in that conversation if we talking about a third All-Star.
Right.
It can't just be between those two. Cause
yeah. Bridges tonight, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Brunson, 26 points, 7 assists. Again, like Tony said, on 12 shots. Cat was the leading field goal, you know, led the team in field goal attempts tonight. And then it was Deuce who had 15 field goal attempts, right? And then Bridges with 14. You know, that's how you spread the ball around. Jordan Clarkson had 9. He had 12 points tonight. He had 9 shot attempts. That's how you spread around the ball. You know what I mean? And open the offense up. Because we know that at any point in time during any game, you can try to break down and just get a ball to Brunson and let him go, and there's a good chance you're going to score. You know you can do that. You know you can do that. So you might as well see if you can work the offense, get everyone shots. When the time it comes, it's going to do its thing.
And when you're doing that all game, you know, through Brunson, it becomes the defense becomes more accustomed to what they want to do, where they want to trap, how to, you know what I mean? Like, it becomes an uphill battle. And going back to one of my things I just mentioned about him playing off ball, you know what I mean? That also makes it harder for the defense to kind of hone in on them, to kind of trap them and double them every possession.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think a lot of these things must have been discussed.
Yeah, had to be. As for the Clippers tonight, then we're going to take a listen to Mike Brown, ladies and gentlemen. The Clippers tonight, they were led in scoring by Kawhi Leonard, 25 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. James Harden had 23 points and 9 assists. 22 points for Zubac, 11 rebounds, 18 points for John Collins. You know, the Clippers, I don't know what to think. You know, maybe they climb back to be a middle of the road team. I don't know. It's the Clippers though. You know, they got that Clipper luck. Anyway, let's take a listen to Mike Brown. All right, and we'll break that down, and then, you know, go let you guys. We'll talk about the Trey Young thing. See how that is. It's Mike Brown, y'all.
Of trying to be physical without fouling. You know, you got two guys that just are a load in Kawhi and James. I mean, they are a load there. They know all the tricks of the trade as well. And, you know, to have a team take 19 free throws and defend the way that we defended, you know, you applaud all our guys. You know, OG obviously has a tough assignment every night, but he guarded Kawhi quite a bit tonight. He was fantastic, trying to be physical and challenging shots without fouling. McHale also guarded James Harden and did a heck of a job doing that. We even had a lot of other guys switch on to James. Jordan Clarkson guarding him for a little bit. And so to try to keep him off the free throw line throughout the course of the game, like we did tonight, while trying to have a physical presence, was fantastic. I applaud all of our guys. Deuce ended up being a defensive player of the game. He had 3 or 4 deflections. Obviously, there was a size disadvantage with James, but he did a great job on James. You can't, you're not going to stop him. You just hope he misses some of those shots, and he did, but Juice tried to get up underneath him. So I just like our overall competitive spirit tonight throughout the course of the game. Even at halftime, we told our team, hey, man, you guys are competing. We might be down, but you're competing, and keep that up. And one of the telltale signs of it is, there were 4 50-50 balls or 4 loose balls, and our guys got on the ground and got after the loose balls. So we got all 4 of the 50-50 balls. So just a good team win by us all. And, we needed every single rebound, especially with them shooting 43.5%, every single rebound that we can get. And, Cat's a double-double machine. And so for him to get back on track and grab 11 rebounds tonight with 20 points, just a big night for him and the rest of us.
When you talk about the offense and the staples that you guys have gotten away from, to get back to them today and to stick with it, even though at the beginning of the game shots weren't going down the first and to a victory, just what's the feeling as a head coach when that happens?
No, like I said, I applaud our guys because, we hit some adversity, and we could have gone this way, and another guy could have gone that way, and another guy could have gone that way. But, one of our standards is, hey, let's stay connected. And it's up to me and Kat and Jalen to keep the group uplifted and connected, as well as everybody else in that locker room. And you guys did a heck of a job, and we've been doing it for most of the year. And so it's not surprising when we do it. It's more surprising when we don't. But I have to make sure that I understand and I have some patience when we don't, because they're human and I'm human, and everybody's going to make mistakes or revert back. You just hope it's not for a long time. And when it happens, you're like, okay, that's who we are. And I feel that they feel pretty good about it too, because it just proves or shows that they're capable to play that way anytime they want.
What did you make of Jalen's first quarter and the way he handled it and got everybody involved?
No, it was great, and we have to keep moving the basketball. I mean, we had 31 assists on 47 made buckets, and that's fantastic to have 31 assists. But again, we're more than capable of it because all of our guys can pass, dribble, and shoot the basketball, and it showed tonight.
Mike, what do you think about, can you talk a little bit more about Cat's fourth quarter? I think he had 9 points in the first 4 minutes and change, or 10 of his 20 in the fourth quarter, and just sort of when you guys were, those 9 points is when you made it into a double-digit lead and started taking advantage of that.
Yeah, he's an explosive scorer, and, starting with me, I got to continue to find ways to help him, like I got to help the rest of the team. But in the same breath, with him being an all-star, what I like about tonight is, he's an all-star, great level player, and those types of players impact the game. If we know he can score with the best, and sometimes he may not score. It's just how the game goes, but we know he can score with the best, so we know eventually he's going to get going in that area. But what I liked about him, he was impactful defensively. He rebounded, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and so the 9 points definitely help. That's what he does, and he helped us create that separation by doing that. But I just don't want to belittle the fact that he did what all-stars do, what great players do. He found other ways throughout the course of the ball game to continue to help our team win. And man, that's fantastic to see, because he's more than capable, as good as he is.
Mike, you elevated Miles into the starting lineup tonight. It felt like that had been building a little bit with what you've been talking about, both with physicality and then how he directly addresses that. Is that what you were looking for? How do you think he did with the starters, and what were you looking for with putting him with that group?
He did a great job. What he does, obviously, the way he shoots the basketball, he gives everybody space. I mean, he has to be guarded. You watch during the course of the game, they had Kawhi on them, and who would have thunk if OG and Mikal and some of these other guys on the floor, Kawhi is matched up with Deuce, and it's because he can obviously shoot the ball. He shot it well tonight, and it helps create space for others. And then defensively, like you said, he's an extremely good on-ball defender, especially when it comes to the pick-and-roll game. He's strong, he's powerful, he's quick, and he's athletic, and he's a little longer than what you think. And so when that screen comes, he knows you should 1-2 into the ball, get the shoulder and the hip over that ball, get the shoulder and the hip over that screen at the same time as the ball, and this way your opponent won't have an advantage in the pick and roll game, and he did a fantastic job with that tonight.
Can you talk about Yabusele tonight? He had 13 minutes, 8 rebounds, gave some points off the bench.
Yabu was huge, and the lineups that we faced warranted it. He was great defensively. He was aggressive. I love his aggressiveness, and that's something that we've talked about a few times. If you're able to catch the ball and make a quick decision, snap drive it, as athletic as you are and strong as you are, go to dunk it. Go to dunk it. I don't care if you miss it, whatever, but go to dunk it, because you're more than capable of turning that thing over on people. And he took it strong to the hole a couple of times, which in my opinion helped give him confidence, everybody else confidence. And then obviously when he was open, because he did other things, I thought he was in rhythm, and he took great shots from the three-point line. But we need him to continue being aggressive if he can snap drive, especially at his size, attacking the rim with aggression. And then we need him to rebound. That's one of the big reasons why he's on the floor. So for him to get out there and help in that department, that was big.
Two more, maybe Mike and then he. Thank you, Gary. Mike, you're still reasonably new coach of this school. Did you discover more about your team when it's in the weeds like it's been the last?
I just want to say right quick, Yabusele had 2 rebounds, so he ain't really helping that department. And as you talk about him boxing some people out and allowing somebody else to get rebounds, he only had 2 boards. So, Mike, come on, man. That's all. I just wanted to add that.
Now response tonight as opposed to when you're winning 7 out of 8 or
100%. And again, I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, but when you go through what we went through, like for me, again, it's tough. Nobody wants to lose, but I embraced it because it helps me be better. And I felt our group embraced it. They, like I said, the biggest thing is they stayed together, they stayed with it. But it also said, hey, Mike, these guys are trying to give you what they can give you. So it's your job to help the whole group. And as a head coach, and so that's what I tried to do. I tried to help them on both ends of the floor. We tweaked some stuff here, tweaked some stuff there. The guys responded fantastically, and and we went out. We got to win.
Mike, with the Miles McBride decision, was that based on the opponent, or did you just want to see that regardless of who you were facing tonight?
It was a combination of both. We felt that Deuce could match up with James, because James, a lot of pick and rolls, and he's a great ISO player, and Deuce has got some quickness and some strength to him. Again, like, you're not going to be able to stop him. So we felt that the matchups were there and in some areas, and then, like I said, for us too, to start the game with a little bit of space. That's why we went that way.
Coach, any truth that you still refuse to collect the money from Ty from beating him in the shooting contest?
From Ty?
Yeah, Ty Lue.
Heck yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. I think Ty, you making $14 million this year? I think it was just $100. Who's here from the Clippers media? Please help me get my money.
All right. Well, somebody help make Coach Brown get his money. I mean, it's just a good all-around win. I see Sean said OG only had 2 rebounds and he played 30-plus minutes. Sim, so what are you saying? All I'm saying is Mike Brown said something about Yabu and rebounding. That's all I'm saying, Sean.
I thought he said he had 8 rebounds. I thought that's what he said.
That's what Mike. Yeah,
Mike Brown said.
Yeah, I mean, I could see his expression when he looked at the stat sheet and he was like, and then he just said to help us in that department, because he looked and he said, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Come on. Anyway, quickly, before I get up out of here, the Knicks are going on a 4-game road trip. Right? West Coast trip. They play the Suns, the Blazers, the Kings, the Warriors. Suns are 22-15. Blazers 17-20. Kings are the worst at 8-29. The Warriors 19-18. What are your thoughts about this road trip?
I mean, given we are fresh off the 4-game losing streak, I'm not taking any of those teams lightly. When I looked at the schedule, part of me a week ago, I looked at the whole schedule a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But now I'm taking it, one game at a time. We got to continue to get better, keep these good habits going, rid of the bad ones. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm back on that. I'm back on that stage. Like,
right. Nah, I feel you.
We stopped the bleeding, but there's still a wound there.
Still a wound. Still a wound.
So,
still a wound there. Yeah. Size, you said I'm playing favorites again. No, I mean, did I say that OG helped us on the board like that? No, I didn't. But I didn't. And it's not even about OG. But anyway, I think okay, we got to win. I don't think just because you get a win doesn't always mean that you automatically just start crawling out. You know what I'm saying? There's still going to be some habits there that you got to continue to focus on and break through. You know what I mean? So, I'm not expecting the Knicks to go out here and just blow people away. There's gonna be some, still them climbing out of that 4-game losing streak, I think. You know what I mean? Just
like, if we do win them all, I'm not gonna get overly excited.
Right.
I'm a be more optimistic though, because again, the road trip that brings, that could bring teams closer together.
Yeah. And it might be needed right now after, like you said, after going through a 4-game losing streak, having a heart-to-heart with the team. Now, let's go out there. We're on this trip and it's just us. We can't do nothing but rely on each other. It might be perfect for them. Last thing real quick. Trey Young to Washington. Your thoughts on it?
Like Sook said, hopefully he get them some wins this year. You know what I mean?
Word.
Hopefully he try to make a play-in push.
Yeah.
You know what
I'm saying? Get them some wins.
Go from public enemy number 1 to the Knicks hero.
Be our luck. He'll get hurt, sit out. Something. Who knows? Let me see the Wizards right now, 10-26. I mean, they can make a play 6.5 games behind the play-in. They could make a play-in push.
They could. They could. I mean, there was talks of it before the trade, right?
Right.
Like, what I mean? I was watching them before the game. I think they 6-10 in they or 6-4 in their last 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? They not including tonight. They lost tonight, but you theoretically you would think he gonna put a spark to these young kids and running gun like Suck was saying. That's his style of play. If he's motivated to get a contract and get an extension,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, or if he got a chip on his shoulder, which why wouldn't he?
Right.
You know what I mean? Right now, your goal is to just make that team as good as they could be. Surprise some people. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like there's no pressure on you. There's no expectation.
I mean, how much do you think they're looking at that pick though? Washington
as the organization?
Yeah.
I mean, they could go in that direction and try to tank for the pick, but what message are you sending to Trey Young?
Yeah, right. That's true. Right.
You know what I mean? Like, do y'all want to keep him or not?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? But if y'all trying to keep him, I don't think it's motivation to keep him by saying, "Hey, sit this year out," or you know what I mean. However you play it out to kind of get that message across, I think it's a bad message to the organization to a player.
Nah, that's true. That's true.
So I think it can only be good for us. Yeah, I mean, it can only either be the same or good for us. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Can't hurt. I like it.
Yeah,
I like the move. I actually like the move for the Hawks a lot.
Yeah,
not necessarily looking at, like you said earlier, that they was playing better without Trey Young. I'm talking about C.J. McCullough, a real veteran. You know what I mean? Like, leader. You know what I mean? Like, you don't gotta be your best player, but veteran leadership.
Yep.
Like, you're not gonna get no better than that as far as like for another young team for him. I don't know how happy he is to be there, but he got to be more motivated from playing in the Wizards where they really had no chance.
This is a team
and now he got a chance to make some noise, surprise people. Same thing. Exactly. You know what I mean? So I love it for Atlanta. I think they just stepped up on the you know what I mean, on the list or whatever. You know what I mean? List of teams to watch out for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? May not want to face.
JJ said reports are McCollum and KP to Dallas for Anthony Davis. You know, McCollum and KD and KP to Dallas for Anthony Davis. Yeah.
I could see that. I could see that too. And again, that's even more. That's crazy too, because I was just gonna say they might be able to flip McCullough.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're looking. It's looking like they're trying to build a team that's gonna shore up their defense. They got young guys that can blossom, shore up the defense. You know what I'm saying? You put a nice competitive team out there on the floor. They already have a nice competitive team without Trey Young. Just because of what he, what he brought defensively. You shore up that defense. You add a guy like AD if he can stay healthy. You're gonna be competitive. Yeah.
I wonder. I know KP was back, but I'm wondering what his physical is looking like, and you know what I mean. Like, he's been going through these weird sick illnesses.
Yeah. So
that might be the only hope in that trade.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean. The illness aside, I won't even say health. You know what I mean? Because he is prone to injury. I could see Dallas wanting to, like, you know what I mean, bring him back and kind of
right. Yeah.
So
let's see. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate your time. We up out of here. Peace. Spread love, baby.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim pass the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.